My name is Spencer Watts. I'm a chef and a lover of anything that has to do with food. I'm on a new adventure and cooking up another storm. I want to share with you some of my favorite indulgent and comforting recipes. The kind of food that warms your heart and feeds the soul. There will be some twists on old classics and also some new fun ideas that you can share with your family and friends. I'm also going to let you in on the behind the scenes action and show you how a real cooking show comes together. So my friends, let's do this.
Okay, so Spence, how you doing for everything? Do you need anything else? Or are you good there?
No, I think we're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Angie, let's get ready for a slate.
There's lots of places to cook, whether it's a professional kitchen, a home kitchen, outside on the barbecue, but cooking outdoors on an open fire, there's nothing like that. I've done it all my life. It's one of my favorite things to do. And there's just something about being out in the elements and that flavor and that smell of fire and food. It's way too much fun. I have created fire. I'm cooking the best steak in my books. The mighty, the one and only New York strip loin, seasoned with nori salt and a sweet soya wasabi compound butter. I'm also making a chocolate fondue cauldron, complete with cherry kirsch and every confection under the sun for dipping. But to start, Campfire cast iron roasti with Montreal smoked meat, pickled onion, and mustard seed sour cream. The cozy smell of a campfire.
Comfort Food, episode 25, act 1, take 1.
Making a fire for cooking is a little different than making a fire for anything else. Here's my tips. What I like to start with is some paper. I just tore off some bag from the charcoal, if that works. Any old newspaper you have lying around will work. And then I put some charcoal in there. This is gonna be a cooking fire, and the best cooking fires have coals. You wanna start this early. You don't wanna start this 10 minutes before you're gonna cook. You wanna give it time to have a nice fire and then burn down the coals, and the charcoal will help it. Next up is the kindling. It's little thin pieces of dry wood, and you want the wood to sound like a crackling fire. Then you know it's dry. And then you wanna just stack it up. Leave a lot of room for air to get in there. The more air, the more flame. And then as this burns off, you can start putting on bigger pieces of wood, and that's how you build a pretty good fire. And then as it goes, I'm gonna keep on throwing charcoal in there, and that's gonna sustain the heat that I need. Another great tip is indirect. I'm not putting the fire right in the middle. I'm putting it off to the side. This is gonna be a little safety net so you can cook on high heat and then you can pull off to the side and let things chill out. That's a really great tip. Get some coals in there and then build your fire indirect. Let her rip. How good is an open fire? I love the smells, I love the sounds of it. It's so comforting. You build a nice fire, let it get down to coals, and those coals, that's what you want to cook over. It's roasty time. R-O-S-T-I. Pronunciation, roasti, meaning super delicious potato dish from Switzerland. It all starts with a russet. So what you want to do is leave the skin on because that's the tastiest, most nutritional part of the potato. So leave it on and start a grating. You can think of roasti as a crazy gnarly hash brown with a few ingredients in it. And what I like to do is get it on the box grater and then strain out some of the water. You don't want all of that water going into the pan because it's just gonna boil the potatoes. You wanna get them really nice and crispy. So for the seasonings, a roasti is classically really simple. Some fat, some salt. My twist is a little bit of thyme and the butter. Easiest way in the world to make clarified butter. Put it in a bowl, put some cover on it, and microwave it. And the butter's gonna separate. All the milk solids will be at the bottom, the fat will be on the top, and this guarantees you super crispy potatoes. Just pour it on the potato. Oh my goodness. Cast iron pan, open fire. It's gonna give it a good crust. All right, guys, fire's looking pretty good. The fire's burnt down to nice coals like that, that's perfect to cook on. That's why cooking fire is a little different than just sitting around the campfire. I put butter in the potatoes, butter's going in the pan, let it get nice and warm, and then you can throw in the potatoes. Want to hear a nice sizzle. That's gonna take a little while to cook these potatoes. The inside are gonna be kind of creamy like mash, and the bottom and top is gonna be nice and crispy from the butter. Look at it, bubbling up. It's amazing. While this sits here, cooks away, gets really nice and crispy, that's the secret to this, patience. Let it sit in there, get crispy, gives me some time to make some really cool toppings.
Cut! Great job, everybody.
What a good day to sit outside in front of a fire and cook.
Yeah.
It's like a dream come true.
Okay, let's get set up for Act 2.
Boom.
Episode 25, Act 2, Take 1. Okay, guys, here we go, Spence.
Potato roasty with Montreal smoked meat, pickled onions, and a mustard seed sour cream. This dish is all about a ton of fun, a ton of flavor, the campfire, the roasty as a base, and then a collection of crazy flavorful toppings that are gonna complement the roasty and Montreal smoked meat. First thing is pickled onions. Pickled onions are super versatile and easy to make. So when I make them, sometimes I make a lot. They're great on tacos. They're great on chili. They're great on soups. They're great on roasties with Montreal smoked meat cooked on a campfire. They're delicious. This doesn't take long to pickle at all. 20 minutes and you can start eating it. You could leave it in your fridge for a couple hours. They just get more insane. They actually hang around for a really long time. So I'm gonna do this kicked up sour cream and it's really easy. So mustard seed has great texture. Think of it as like vegetable caviar. It's really good. And caraway seeds, you smell them, they smell like rye bread. They've got a bittersweet sharpness and a ton of attitude. A little goes a long way. Put a little handful in there and a good shot of dill. And to season it, really simply, put some salt in there. It's gonna make the sour cream taste super delicious. A few twists of pepper. And I love sour cream and potatoes. Who doesn't? They just go hand in hand, like fries and ketchup. But this is a great way just to add a little energy to it. This recipe calls for Montreal smoked meat, which is very dear to my heart. But honestly, you can replace it with tons of stuff. You could do prosciutto, you could do cooked chorizo, you could do turkey, ham, pastrami. You just want a nice cured meat with a lot of flavor. It's gonna go great with a roasty. To warm it up, you can do that a few ways. You can heat it up in a little pan with some stock. That's what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna flavor it just really simply. Beef stock, because I like that flavor. And hey, Montreal smoked meat is brisket. A little mustard for some sharpness. Just a touch of Dijon mustard. You wanna use ballpark, you can, you know. Montreal smoked meat sandwich often has that kind of like baseball field mustard in it. And some parsley. You wanna use the fresh stuff. Chop it up, get it in there. A little brisket hot tub, a little Montreal smoked meat brisket hot tub. Doesn't need to be ripping hot, just nice and warm. This white fat is gonna melt a little bit. I think it's time for the roasty to get a flip.
All the little pieces glowing in the summer sun, we'll catch them one by one. I'll go anywhere the wind blows.
The roasty looks great. You know it's ready to flip when the edges are getting nice and golden brown. The potatoes have changed, have really started to cook. And then I give it a little shake. If it moves in the pan, it's ready to flip. That's what I like to do. Get another pan around the same size, give it a flip, but go quick. Oh, that looks so great. This looks delicious. You just need to cook the middle a little bit, but this little golden edges right there, that's from the clarified butter. Amazing. Just gonna show the Montreal smoked meat a little heat. Fun thing about cooking on open fire is I'm gonna plate it in the dish I cooked it in because it stays nice and warm. This is the bite right here. This is the campfire bite. This is what I'm talking about, kissed by fire. And the smoke, crispy potato, a nice sour cream. Potato and sour cream goes hand in hand. Pickled onion, Montreal smoked meat. So good. All of that belongs in this pan together. They are all best friends. From the fatty soft meat to the sour cream, cooked over a campfire. Yeah, it's all my wishes come true.
And cut.
Isn't this amazing?
It's my favorite day so far.
Right?
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, it's the
You're
best.
just outside
Yeah.
with a fire on. There's nothing like a good juicy steak, especially one that's been cooked over open fire with the kisses of flames. If you're gonna cook a steak, an open fire's the way to go. When we knew we were gonna cook outside, I was super excited, but I don't think the crew was, because they had to bring everything outside. We had to bring out the lights, bring out the cameras, bring out Video Village, but everybody was in such a good mood. It was a change of pace, and the smell of a roaring fire and some cooking, everybody was pretty excited, including me.
Episode 25, Act 3, Take 1.
Action.
Cooking on an outdoor fire is all about maintaining the coals, and these look perfect for steak. One of my favorite cuts has to be New York. Tons of marbling, tons of flavor. I'm not gonna do too much to it. I'm gonna cook it over open charcoal. I'm gonna make a nori salt, a super amped up compound butter with wasabi, and all sorts of deliciousness. And the great thing is it's fall, so they can sit up here and come to room temperature. My steak's gonna get a nice salt and a flavorful butter. So it all starts with a compound butter, and a compound butter is just a great term for a butter full of flavorful things. So for a kiss of salt, some soya. What I love about this compound butters, it features some of my favorite ingredients, and they are high power in flavor. So some salt and then some vinegar. I love a touch of acid in there. The rice wine vinegar is delicious. And two types of sweetness. One, mirin. I love the flavor of mirin, and it's really nice and sweet and sticky and a bit floral. And good old-fashioned sugar. Put a pop of sugar in there. I use unsalted butter. I'm gonna season it. A little soya for salt and a little touch of the salt crystals is gonna make everything taste just a little better, including wasabi. Everybody knows wasabi is hot. It's Japanese horseradish, but get it in there. I like the spiciness of the wasabi. And here's my little secret, steak spice. It's so complex, it's so flavorful, it's got so much texture, it's floral, it's a wild ride. And for a little pop of color and crunch, roasted sesame seeds, black and white, white if you got it, black if you got it. I like the mix of white and black. Look at all of the colors in that bowl. Whip it real good. The great thing about compound butters is there's really no rules. You can add any or all flavor friends to a butter, roll it up, it keeps forever, and it's really good on steaks. Butter sliced up into the hot steak, delicious. But I'm gonna make a salt. I'm gonna blitz the nori up, but you wanna get it smaller. Use a pair of scissors. Listen how crispy that nori is. And then this way, if you're making sushi or whatever, you can get your shapes, or if you just want smaller bits of nori to blend up into a salt, scissors is where it's at. Get it all into the spice grinder. I don't blitz the salt, I just start with the nori. You wanna break that up and then fold in the rest of the spices to make the nori salt. Looks like glitter. To finish this salt, this is gonna give it a lot of flavor, a lot of umami. I'm using some flaky salt. I love the texture of it. And I'm gonna double up on the steak spice, little steak spice in the butter. I'm gonna kind of mirror that flavor and just give it a little mix. It's gonna be a pretty good steak. When it comes to steak, for me, there's certain temperatures I designate for certain cuts of meat. New York strip, medium rare. If you cook it medium rare, you're gonna get good protein breakdown, you're gonna melt that intermuscular fat, and it's just gonna be delicious. But for a New York, medium rare, let it rest. You want it blushing from top to bottom. That sound is so great. That's some of the fat hitting the coals, it's some of the spices coming to life. And you can cook it here. If things are getting too hot, you can always pull them to the indirect side. This area is warm. This is gonna work like a little oven. So get your grill marks on there. If you need to, slide it back and just have some patience, let it cook. Fire really determines how long the steak's gonna cook for. This is a nice gentle roll, developing the crust over time. You could see the flames coming up and kissing the meat. When that happens, you get something like this. It's beautiful. It's just got a nice crust. The fat's starting to render down now and drip down, and it's getting those little sweet kisses of smoke. It's nice and salty. The butter's sweet and spicy with the wasabi. What more can you say? Delicious steak cooked on an open fire. For me, it's a little slice of heaven.
Cut. Awesome.
How'd it look? Good?
I can't tell you how good.
Salivating?
Yes.
So we did our jobs.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Do you guys want to try some?
Yes.
Okay.
So good.
Wow.
Thank you, universe.
Spence, do you want any of your steak?
Usually when you're sitting around a campfire, you're not alone. There's a lot of people with you, and usually the people that you like. So a chocolate fondue made in a cauldron is just the dessert I'm looking for. Full of fun, full of nostalgia, full of fruit, and full of laughter.
Episode 25, Act 4, Take 1. Action.
There's only one way to finish off an evening by the fire. It's with a huge cauldron of chocolate. Milk chocolate chips and regular chocolate chips, and this is gonna be the vessel for all sorts of deliciousness, including marshmallows, pineapples, strawberries, anything that's sweet and I can get my hands on. So you wanna put the fat and the flavorings in the chocolate all at the same time. So chocolate goes in, and you want a nice shot of heavy cream. This is gonna help kind of protect it and make it really nice and creamy. Because I'm a sucker for cherries, I'm gonna put a little kirsch in here, which is cherry liqueur. Oh, that smells good. So get it in at the same time, and then you just wanna gently let the cream heat up, the kirsch heat up, and it's gonna melt the chocolate. While that happens, I can kind of watch it, cut up my fruit, stoke the fire. This is great. So easy to melt chocolate down. For what? Anything you want to dip into your chocolate. I keep all this stuff under my bed. Just kidding. So marshmallows, super delicious. I like the balance between sweet and salty stuff. So these little salty pretzels dunked in the chocolate, delicious. I got some donut holes. strawberries. And then I like a little bit of tropical fruit in my chocolate. So pineapples, bananas, you can fondue, you can fondant, you can fondip, but you gotta fondue it with some people that you like. So this, you can, stick your skewer in there and go individually into this, or what I like to do is sometimes take the marshmallow and build little skewers, and then you can just drizzle the chocolate over top. Check this out. Oh my goodness. And then you stir it around, get the hot chocolate, and then do the drizzle effect. Come on. Who's not gonna love digging into that? You can sit back, put your feet up, watch that mesmerizing fire blip away, pull some of this off, and indulge. Whoa, kirsch, chocolate. This is crazy, super fun. You guys want some? Let's do it.
Help me take this weight off my shoulders. Always